Hey, shalom, shalom. All right. Before I get started with this lesson today, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rechakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. All right. Now, Lord willing, in today's lesson, Lord willing, the title of this lesson will be The Most High created a people he would bless and a people he would curse. All right, again, the Most High created a people he would bless and a people he would curse. All right, and who is the people or nation of people that the Most High created, all right, to ultimately bless in the end? And that's the nation of Israel. All right, and what would be the nation that the Heavenly Father will ultimately curse and destroy? That would be what? The nation of Esau, Edom. All right, the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, and the so-called white men today are the true biblical Edomites. All right, the Heavenly Father created all right, the Israelites to ultimately bless them, and he created the Edomites to ultimately curse them in the end. All right. So with that getting out the way, let's get into these scriptures. So this is the book of Sirach or Ecclesiastes 33 and 10. It reads, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. Verse 11, in much knowledge the Lord hath divided them and made their ways diverse. Right. So the Heavenly Father, he made the nations of the earth. All right. Well, the Heavenly Father, through his only begotten Son, made the nations of the earth, made these different people, the nation of Edom, the nation of Moab, the nation of Israel, all right, the nation of Ammon, all the nation of Islam. The Heavenly Father created all these various nations. All right, he divided everybody. All right, the Heavenly Father is not about all nations coming together as one. No, the Heavenly Father divided the nations. He set Israel as apart to be his own people, and he gave his laws, statutes, commandments, his commandments to the Israelites and the Israelites only, not to all the nations. All right, the Heavenly Father gave the other nations and their gods and their lands. You see, he divided everybody. You see, it says, in much knowledge the Lord have divided them and made their ways diverse. And he's not wrong for that. You see, he's not wrong for creating Israel and having blessing Israel. All right. And he's not wrong for creating Esau. All right. And ultimately making him to be the one that he would curse. He's not wrong for that. Because at the end of the day, the Heavenly Father does what he wants. And it's going to stay. We're going to go through that in Romans the 9th chapter. You can't find fault with the Heavenly Father for doing that. All right. He's the potterer. Okay, but we're going to get into that. All right, verse 12, it reads, and some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself. Who is that? The nation of Israel. We're going to prove that. That's the nation of Israel. He created the nation of Israel to ultimately set them aside to be his special people. It reads, but some of them hath he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. And who is that? The nation of Edom. All right, the so-called white man today. You see, his whole rulership is going to be set low. He's going to be turned out of his place. All right, he's going to be the one of the Heavenly Father's curse. See, it's that simple. Verse 13, as the clay is in the potter's hand. Who's the potter? The Heavenly Father. All right, we're the clay. To fashion it at his pleasure, right? To do whatever he want to do with it. So if he created a clay pot, all right, to put water in another clay pot to put garbage in, that's his will. That's the Heavenly Father's will. The potter's will. The same thing with us, man. All right, the Heavenly Father created Israel to be the one who he would have favor on and bless, and he created the nation of Edom to be the one that he would destroy in the end. All right, to be of his curse. It says, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as liketh him best. Right. Basically, we're all doing the will of the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father created us to fulfill his will. Okay. So, let's get Sirach. I was going to prove this real quick. All right. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick. Apple, let's see. To prove that the Heavenly Father had chosen Israel to be his special people, the apple of his eye, right? All right, Zechariah 2 and 8, it reads, for thus said Yahweh of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, right? These other heathen nations, they spoiled us. It says, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. And wait, that's talking about the nation of Israel. All right, when you say someone is the apple of your eye, you're basically saying that particular someone is precious unto you. You take value in that. You see, the Heavenly Father takes value in his people Israel, starting with the elect, all right, in these last days. You see? So let's go to Sirach 17 real quick. Book of Sirach. 17 and verse 17. It reads, for in the division of the nations, right, again, the Heavenly Father divided the nations of the whole earth. He set ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion. So the Heavenly Father is only dealing with Israel. The Heavenly Father is ruling over Israel. He's dealing with Israel exclusively. All right. And the nation of Israel is whom the Heavenly Father is going to bestow that blessing upon. All right. Not the nation of Edom, not these other heathen nations. Verse 18, whom being his firstborn, speaking about the nation of Israel, whom being his firstborn, he nourisheth with discipline, and giving him the light of his love doth not forsake him. So the Lord ain't going to forsake the nation of Israel. The Lord takes favor and pleasure in the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. You see? So the Heavenly Father is the one that's going to bestow that blessing in the end to the nation of Israel. Yeah, we're going through hell right now, but it's because of our transgression against him. But in the end, guess what? The Lord ain't going to forsake Israel. And he's going to end up blessing us in the end. And he's going to end up cursing Esau in the end. Let's get Isaiah 34. All right, Isaiah 34 and verse 4. It reads in and this is going into the destruction, all right, of America, all right, the main place where Esau Edom rules out of, all right, and spreads his wickedness and his wicked philosophies into the entire world. All right, it's Isaiah 34 and 4. It says, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. Right, when the nuclear missile hit, it's going to produce a great mushroom cloud. That's what it's talking about. All right, the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. It says, and all their hosts shall fall down, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the tree. All right, talking about the nuclear missiles hitting this place. All right, verse 5, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. What's that sword? Them Icebeam missiles. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Idumea is just a Greek way of saying Edom, the nation of Edom, the so-called white men today, starting with the elites. You see, it says, and upon the people of my curse. Who is that? Idumea, the Edomites. All right, it says, upon the people of my curse to judgment. Let's go into this word curse. You see, because the Heavenly Father had basically predestinated the nation of Edom to be destroyed. All right, for their rulership to be taken out of the way. All right, and they're going to ultimately be going to change, and they're going to be destroyed completely forever. They're going to go into slavery, and they're going to be destroyed. This is the word, the word, yes, like the word curse. It says outline in biblical usage, a thing devoted, thing dedicated, band, devotion. It says a net, thing perforated. It says have been utterly destroyed, appointed to utter destruction. So the Heavenly Father appointed or dedicated Esau Edom to utter destruction, man. In the end, Esau Edom, they're going to be the people of the Lord's curse. They're going to be destroyed. They're already appointed to utter destruction, man. All right, but the Israelites, they're going to be blessed, all right, with the Heavenly Father's blessing. Plain and simple. And you can't call the Heavenly Father wrong for that. All right, again, he's the potter and we're just the clay. All right, the potterer, he makes the cup according to his will. He makes the potter according to his will. The same thing with the Heavenly Father and us, man. All right, just be glad if you're an Israelite, man. Be glad if you're an Israelite, man. All right, just be glad you're under the Heavenly Father's blessing in the end. You're going to be under the Heavenly Father's blessing in the end. So this is Romans 9. All right, in verse 20, we're going to get into that. Romans 9. Let's get verse 20. All right, it reads, let's see, we'll start at verse 9 and 18. All right, I'm going to read it in the NLT. It reads, so you see, the Most High chooses to show mercy to some, and he chooses to harden the hearts of others so they refuse to listen. All right, and the Heavenly Father, it's going to the context, it's speaking about, all right, Esau, Edom, Jacob, and Esau. And he was comparing Esau to Pharaoh. All right, and Esau is the modern day Pharaoh today, as he's in rulership today. All right, just like Pharaoh was in rulership, Esau Edom's in rulership today, and he refused to let the children of Israel go. That's why he seeks to put a RFID chip, all right, in the people, in the Israelites, to control them, to not let them go, so we can be his slaves perpetually. You see, but it says, you see, the Most High chooses to show mercy to some. And who is that? The nation of Israel. And he chooses to harden the hearts of others so they refuse to listen. All right. And they're speaking of Esau Edom. All right, the Heavenly Father had hardened this man Esau Edom heart, all right, to basically be opposed to him, just like he did with Pharaoh, as it's speaking of here in verse 17. He hardened Pharaoh's heart, all right, to keep trying, hold on to the children of Israel. You see, just so that the name of the Heavenly Father may be glorified, man. You see the same things coming in these last days. The Heavenly Father hardened Esau Edom's heart. All right, so that when the Heavenly Father, the Heavenly Father is going to be justified in destroying this man, and therefore his name is going to be exalted, and glorified in the earth, man. Verse 19, it says, "Well, then you might say, why does the Most High blame people for not responding? Haven't they simply done what he makes them do?" Right, and you have unbelievers that say that. Well, why does God punish people why does God punish people for what they do if the Heavenly Father is the one making them do it? Guess what? Here's what Apostle Paul says. Verse 20. No, don't say that. You are, who are you? A mere human being to argue with the Most High. Right, you got people saying, "Oh, the Heavenly Father's unrighteous for that. He's at fault for that." No, who are you to argue against the Most High? He created you. It says, "Should the thing that was created say to the one who created it, why have you made me like this?" Right? How are you going to say to the Heavenly Father who created you, "Why you made me like this? Why you made me do this?" No, it's simply because it's his will. He does what he want to do to fulfill his will, to fulfill his movie on how he, to fulfill basically what he wants played out upon the earth, man. Everybody got a part to play, man. And Lord willing, us believers, we play a good part of this movie. We play the protagonists, not the antagonist, all right, against the Heavenly Father. But verse 21, it says, when a potterer makes jars out of clay, doesn't he have the right to use the same lump of clay to make one jar for decoration and to throw it and another to throw in the garbage? Right. He has that right because he's the one that created the clay jars. The same thing with the Heavenly Father and us, man. He has the right, all right, to throw away with us, do whatever he wants with us. All right, to have one nation to be his people, whom he bless, and to be the other nation to be who he would curse. You can't find fault with him. He's the Most High God. And at the end of it, he's the Most High God. He can do whatever he want to do. You see? Verse 22, in the same way, even though the Most High has the right to show his anger and his power, he is very patient with those on whom his anger falls, who are destined for destruction. Who is that? Esau Edom. All right, the Heavenly Father has been very long-suffering, very patient towards Esau Edom's wickedness that he's done upon this earth, man. You see? He's been very patient, man. Matter of fact, let's get 2 Ezra 15. All right. Just like bear with me. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 6. It reads, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." Right. Why has wickedness exceedingly polluted the whole earth? Why? Because of the ruler of this earth, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, starting with the elites. All right, they're the problem with this world. All right, because they spread wickedness into the entire earth, man. Verse 7, it says, "Therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness." Right, so I'm not going to hold back no more. All right, I'm not going to be long-suffering towards their wickedness no more. I'm finna get ready to judge them. All right, I'm finna get ready to judge them as I said before. It says, "Which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things." Right, I ain't going to hold back no more. "In which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. The souls of the just complain continually. And therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them." So the Lord is finna get ready to judge this place, man. He's not going to hold his tongue no more. He's not going to suffer the Edomites in the things that they wickedly exercise themselves in. You see? The Heavenly Father is finna get ready to judge, man. So he's been patient for all these years, all these, decades, you see? But the Heavenly Father is finna get ready to bring about the judgment he's already destined for Esau Edom. Going back into Isaiah 34, it says, look, the people of whom I curse. When we went into that word curse. All right, the word curse, you went into what? To be appointed to destruction. That's Esau Edom. He's destined for destruction, man. He's that he's that vessel that's made unto dishonor, as it's going to get into. Let's see. Yeah, that's that vessel of dishonor. You see, verse 21 in the KJV, it says, "Have not the potter power over the clay to of the same love to make one vessel to honor the Israelites and another to dishonor. Esau is that one to dishonor. The one to honor is the Israelites. You see, what if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction? He was long suffering towards the Edomites. He allowed them to rule in wickedness for so long. You see, but it's time for the Lord to reap. He's finna get ready to judge these damn devils, man. All right, because they're what? Fitted for destruction. It's what he already declared before the foundation of the earth. Verse 23, and that he might make known the riches of his glory in the vessels of mercy, the Israelites. All right, that's who the Heavenly Father will bless and have mercy upon in the end, the Israelites. The riches of his glory. The vessels of mercy, in which he had prepared, in which he had afore prepared unto glory. So he already predestined Israel to be the one who he would bless and have mercy upon. And he already preordained or predestined the Edomites to be the one that he cursed and destroyed forever. Plain and simple, man. He's not wrong for that. And anybody that's saying that he's wrong for that, you're in the wrong. All right, who are you to reply against the Most High, man? You see, but with that, hopefully this lesson was edifying. All right, straight to the point. All right, and edifying to you believers of the hopeful elect out there. But with that, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. Shalom.